Hello, this is Kelly Kleinman, and you are listening to the DealershipNews.com podcast, where we spotlight the who's happening in the automotive industry. It's foot soldiers, visionaries, salesmen, GMs, owners, service managers, and industry vendors alike. Today's podcast is brought to you by Marketing Solutions St. Louis. That's Marketing Solutions STL, specializing in YouTube video marketing, and very few do that. Their proven winning formula is designed to generate new leads, increase profit margins, and lower acquisition costs by combining digital marketing, video, and social media. Call my man, Benny Mazer, at 314-879-4049. Tell him Kelly sent you at dealershipnews.com. And oh, by the way, today we have one of my favorites, Julie Douglas. Julie, she's our default when it comes to all things regarding payment solutions in the automotive retail sector. And that also includes data security to a large extent, since so much money is transacted in dealerships. Julie Douglas of DealerPay, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Kelly.
I appreciate that advice. Now, why is it important to review rates and fees regularly, specifically at this time?
Sure. So, I mentioned previously we're going into the holidays, but we're also in fourth quarter. So dealers really want to make sure they're going to finish this year strong, but also start next year, just out of the gate. A lot of processors, even banks, I ran into one yesterday, they do a lot of things to get the business, lower rates, et cetera, but then they like to hike them up along the way. That's one of the things that I've done for now 20 years is I just don't do that. I don't raise rates. But most, I would say very few that don't raise the rates. And the statements are so difficult to read, and the dealers don't really pay attention because it's an incurring monthly fee that they just assume is what the rep promised them. It's not in most cases. I reviewed a dealership about 2 years ago, and they had a really aggressive rate. And I called her up and she said, you already looked at this. I said, well, do you mind if I look at it again? And her rates were probably 120% higher from the last time I reviewed it.
What can that cost a dealership over the course of a year? Or it's just a month?
Well, I reviewed one yesterday. It was a 4-location using their bank, which they thought was their, trusted provider. And let's just say over 4 stores that have pretty aggressive volume, I'm able to save them almost $80,000 a year.
That's unbelievable. It's kind of like price gouging for water after a natural disaster. I would think the dealerships wouldn't be too cool with those kinds of practices. I know that consumers get crazy with it, although we've been gouged forever, right?
Right. And that's why DealerPay, we're an advocate for the dealer. We want to be fair. We want to be transparent, but I have no interest in trying to raise rates to increase my margins. I'd rather just keep the relationship for the long term.
Kelly Kleinman over here, dealershipnews.com. That's our podcast.